Morning students, welcome to offline classes for 10th standard. So in previous class we have discussed about human brain. So what is human brain and different parts of human brain, and what is the functions of human brain in control and coordination of surrounding things we have discussed in detail. So as you know that the brain has different parts like different regions, that is divided in three major regions, that is what forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain, right? So this brain is very important part of our body, which help us to control and coordinate with our surroundings. Then it has to be protected in a proper way, and that is protected by the one of the important fluid called cerebrospinal fluid. This cerebrospinal fluid which protect our both brain and as well as the spinal cord. And the same way, our brain also protected in a proper way by the bony case that is called cranium. So cranium which will protect our brain. In the same way, whereas a spinal cord which is protected by the vertebral column. So vertebral column which protect our spinal cord. So both brain and the spinal cord, it is carefully protected by one cranium, whereas for brain there has spinal cord by the vertebral column. So these two which will protect our brain and the spinal cord. Okay, so these are the things we have discussed. This is what very important. And next in the today's class we are going to discuss about how coordination takes place in plants. So we have discussed in animals the nervous system, which plays very important role in controlling our surroundings, and according to controlling and coordinating with the surroundings. But plants doesn't have any nervous system, and even plants doesn't have any kind of sense organs. Then how in plants the control and coordination takes place? Then plants, the control and coordination takes place in plant by what chemical substances, they are called hormones. So hormones plays very important role in plant body for controlling and coordinating in surroundings. So they are called plant hormones, are also called what phytohormones. So there are mainly 5 types of plant hormones are there. They are auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, abscisic acid and ethylene. So these are the 5 important hormones plays very important role in plant body for the controlling and coordinating. Okay, so how they help? Here the auxins help in cell divisions and cell elongation and growth. So as you know, the plant has to grow means there must be takes place what cell division. So the one cell is going to divide into what 2 going to divide into what 4 is going to be 8 like this. So how the cells divides, according to that the plant growth has been takes place. So the cells has to be undergo what division. This is done by the help of what auxin. Auxin is what one of the hormone. Because of this hormone, the cell division takes place in plant body. They help in cell division and cell elongation and growth. So auxins which help for the plant growth. Next, gibberellins. Even this gibberellins also help in what the growth of stem and branches. The plant has to grow in a proper order, and the stem has to be grown in a proper, and even the branches has to grow. So the growth of the branches and the stem of the plant, it is the help of what gibberellins. And the next one is what the cytokinins. Even the cytokinins also help in what cell division and the formation of the fruits and the seeds. Okay, so here even cytokinins also help in what cell division of the plant body, and even cytokinins plays very important role here, formation of the fruits and the seeds. The next one, abscisic acid, inhibits the growth and affects the whittling of leaves. And in the same way, ethylene helps in the flowering and ripening of fruits. So here you just see that auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, they are helped in for the growth of the plant body, whereas abscisic and ethylene are helping not helping for the growth of the plant body. So that auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins are called what? Growth promoters, whereas abscisic and ethylene are called what? Growth inhibitors. So they promotes the growth. So they help the growth of the plant body. But these inhibits. So even these also plays very important. How they inhibits? So as you see that somewhere the plant leaves are falling down, and even flowers are falling down, fruits are falling down from the plant body. So why they are falling down from the plant body? Because of what? These hormones. So these hormones makes to fall of the the leaves or the flowers or the parts of the plant body. So the falling of these plant parts due to what? These hormones. And even ethylene also helps for flowering and ripening of fruits. So that these plays very important role in the plant body for controlling and coordinating. Then apart from these plant hormones, even we see that many plants, they show the movements. For example, if you take one kind of potted plot, keep that in a dark room, where in the dark room you just make a place to fall the sunlight towards that particular plant where you kept. So then what happens? The plant which goes towards the water, that particular the way where the sunlight is gone. So it means what? The plant where it shows the kind of movements towards that light. So this kind of movement we see many ways in plants. So plant shows number of movements towards the particular direction. So this kind of movement what we call tropism. The movement of plant body towards the particular direction is called what? Tropism. The movements in plants are two main types. They are trophic movements and nastic movements. So one is the trophic movements are directional movements towards away from the stimulus, and it depends on growth. They are different types like phototropism, geotropism, chemotropism and hydrotropism. Here some movements which is related to the growth and some movement is not related to the growth. So here the plant shows number of movements to the particular direction. But why they shows the movement to the particular direction? Because of their growth. So such kind of movements what we call what? The trophic movements. And even that is called a tropism. So those trophic movements which shown by the plants towards the particular direction, it helps for the plant body for the growth and development. So here some examples we see here: phototropism, geotropism, chemotropism and hydrotropism. What it means? Here phototropism means what? Here plant shows the movement towards the light. That is called what? Phototropism. So here the movement of plant is in response to light. If it is towards the light, it is called a positive phototropism. An example, bending of shoot towards light. If it is away from the light, it is called negative phototropism. Example, bending of fruit away from the light. So here some parts of the plant body, leaves. So leaves where the food is prepared. So leaves has to be exposed to the sunlight. So why? Because the leaf will absorb the sunlight and they prepare the food. So where the part of the plant body which is exposed to the sunlight, such kind of movement, and that movement is very essential for the plant body for the preparation of food, and by preparation of food and it can grow properly. So this kind of movement what we see called the phototropism, where it is helped for the plant body for the growth, so that it is called a positive phototropism. But whereas there is some part of the plant body which is away from the sunlight, like roots, so they won't grow towards, they are not exposed to the sunlight. So such can they grow away from the sunlight. Such kind of movement what we call negative phototropism. So here example is bending of the shoot towards the light. Shoots means what? The part of the plant body which is away above from the soil is called what? Shoot system. The part of the plant body which is below the soil, such kind of is called what? Root system. Root system grows away from the sunlight, where the shoot system grows towards the sunlight. So here the shoot system which grows towards the sunlight is called what? Positive phototropism. The root which goes away from the sunlight is called a negative phototropism. This is one movement. The next one, geotropism. Is the movement of plants is response to the gravity. If it is towards the gravity, it is called positive geotropism. and if it is away from the gravity, it is called a negative tropism. Example, downward growth of the roots, and one more is what of upward growth of the shoot. Here, geo means gravity. With the part of the plant body which grows towards the gravity, such kind of movement what we call geotropism. Example, banyan tree. Have you seen banyan tree? The roots of those plant which grows towards the gravity, towards the earth. So that such kind of movement what we call, it is what a positive geotropism. If the part of the plant body which is grow away from the gravity, they are called what a negative phototropism, negative geotropism. Example, what a upward growth of the shoot. Here the plant shoot part which grows above the earth means it is against the gravity. So where it is a negative tropism. So here the banyan trees where the roots which grows towards the gravity, it is what a positive geotropism. This is one more. Next one is the chemotropism. It is a movement of the plant response to the chemical. Example, what a growth of the pollen tube towards the oval. This is what a, so here the movement of the plant body towards the chemical is called what a chemotropism. Next one, hydrotropism. Here the movement of the plant body towards the water. So these are the examples are the movements which plant shows towards the particular direction for their growth. Okay, we see the next one, that is about the, so here the phototropism. Here the part of shoot system which grows towards the sunlight, and where the shoot system goes towards the sunlight, where the root system grows away from the sunlight. So this is positive phototropism, and whereas the root system, it is a negative phototropism. And the geotropism, you see this is grows above the earth, so it is against the gravity. This is what a negative geotropism. These grows towards the gravity, they are what a positive geotropism. Next one, if you see that chemotropism, have you seen that? So these are the pollens which grows towards the oval. So here, why it grows towards the oval? Because of what the chemical influences, the chemical substances influence to the grow of pollen grains towards the chemical. So it is example for what the chemotropism. If you go to the next one, that is the nastic movements. So here, as of now what we discussed, here the plant shows the movements towards the particular direction, but those movements which helped for the plant body for the growth. But where some movements which plant shows, but those movements are not helped for the plant body for the growth, they are called nastic movements. So here the are the non-directional movement which are neither towards or away from the stimulus and does not depend on growth. If you, for example, if you touch the leaves of touch me not plant, its leaves folds up and drops down immediately due to the change in the movement, change in the amount of the water in the leaves. Depending upon the amount of water in the leaves, it swells and shrinks. Have you seen that? Have you seen the touch me not plant or mimosa plant? If you touch that, what happens? It starts floating. So, and why it folds? When you touch is what it folds. So touching is what the kind of stimulus. The folding of the leaves of this mimosa plant is called a response. But here, the plant which shows the movement here, that is not dependent on the growth. So that is called a nastic movement. Okay. So how this is how control and coordination is takes place in a plant body by the help of what plant hormones. Okay. In the next class, we will discuss more about this chapter. Okay. Thank you.